Van Gogh's Starry Night inspired this stamp that we're calling Starry Swirls, and I want to show you some very fun, easy ways to get this look using stamps, inks, and embossing powders. Let's start with just our white ink and work on dark paper. And you can see it's probably best not to over ink it, but we'll work off of that. So you could stop right there and that would dry by itself. But let's go one step further and say we want to emboss this. Since I've used a white pigment, that will allow me to proceed with some other colors of embossing powder. So let's start with some yellows. We'll add some white to the last areas that didn't get embossing powder. Now we'll heat it. So this is the look you get with embossed multiple colors of embossing powder. Next, I want to show you a technique that is in my Embossing Powder Techniques A to Z book. And this is on page 32, where we do alcohol coloring with markers, and I'll show you that next. This is a way to get multiple colors using a permanent marker over the embossed area. So here's one that's embossed just all in white, and you can see that with the markers you can begin to color specific areas. And this works really well if you're on the real dark paper, because I can color over the lines and it doesn't show. So here I'm working over white embossed design on dark paper and coloring in specific areas with any permanent marker like the Sharpies. Again, from our book, let's do another technique where we use alcohol inks over white embossing powder. Here we embossed in white, and then we added alcohol inks in yellow and blue in random areas on the dark paper. I've used the Creative palette and acrylic inks with a brayer on the monoprinting plate to create some really random wild colors on this printed piece. And it's dry now, so let's have some fun with that and try some more starry swirls on it. And stamping over these will give you a very interesting look, like I've done here with the Starry Swirls, simply stamping it in a dark blue over the interesting colors of the Creative palette print. Now let's do some multiple ink colors. Here I've stamped multiple ink colors of pigments on different values of paper, and you get a lot more looks with it. So here you have a real sparkly look. Let's see how much of it bonded to the paper. Okay, pretty good. Heating it from underneath allowed the less of the glittery, sparkly stuff to get blown away in the heating process. So here you can use any of your alcohol inks to make a little print on an acrylic block, and that works quite nice. Now that my inks have dried, we'll stamp on top just in the blue ink. So here's a lot of ways to use your Starry Swirls to make all different beautiful sky patterns to work behind your card ideas.